Greetings, my brother. Hotel. We here to talk about the state of Black America. Family, we need to talk. You know what I'm saying? We don't not that commonly sit down and talk about real world stuff, what's happening. And then when we do, we just complain about it. It's like too many people debating stuff that don't make nothing, that's not monetizing anything. But yet, it's billions and trillions of dollars being made every day, but we ain't getting it. Not a lot of us, at least. So I want to talk about this guy that we call our new president, they say, right? Mm-hmm. What y'all know about that dude? Without us going all into it. I hear people, come on, what y'all got on?
You know, he a racist.
Okay, he a racist. What else?
I know that.
Definitely a capitalist.
Capitalist, about a month, right? What else we got?
Man, he's a master marketer of his own personality, his brand.
Okay, that is it. He's about branding himself and about money. But every president that comes in office, it's all about, when you're paying $1 billion to get a $400,000 a year job, is that what they making nowadays?
Yeah.
Come on now, there's something more to the story, right?
That's right.
Who gonna pay that kind of money to get a job? What they doing is when they get in this, they putting themselves in position to do great things so that they can line the pockets of their families. So during some of the first presidencies, we had General Motors and all those guys, right? We had the auto industry. Then all of a sudden, when Hillary Clinton came in, no, let's go back to Bush. Bush came in, Bush and Cheney, we had what was it? The gas prices went through the roof because there was some oil cats, right? Mm-hmm. Bush was the oil, Cheney's the war machine. So Halliburton got paid, Bush got paid. All of a sudden, Clinton come in, here go the prison industry gets paid, right? So what is Trump doing? Where's the money gonna be now?
Real estate.
Real estate.
Real estate.
Check.
Real estate. So that's where we at, you guys. So now that we know that, it's time to get in position.
Check.
Let me tell you a little bit about my background, that okay?
Yes,
So
sir.
y'all know who I'm supposed to be to stand here. My background is, I'm from the auto industry. I'm a lowrider guy. Anybody, y'all familiar with the lowriders?
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
Classics.
Classic cars. Classic cars, lowriders, custom cars, and auto accessories. That's the big wheels on the cars. That's the cars that do anything that's outside of the original. If you can't buy it straight off the lot like that, it's a custom car, or it's a classic that's been fixed up. That's my background. Welding, all that type of stuff. So this is me in a magazine right here. I did this. This is one of the first magazines I stood in front of because they were saying my business was doing too good that I was white. It must be white owned. Because they ain't never seen a brother that owned the auto shop putting cars in movies. This is me in Japanese Lowrider magazine. When we start putting lowriders in videos, y'all remember when NWA came out, straight out of Compton? We put lowriders in those videos. I was one of the original guys that was in there, and all of a sudden, those videos went global. So guess where do you buy a lowrider from? If it's a black man. They had to come straight to Compton in the hood, and they found cats like me who had lowrider shops. So now I started selling lowriders to Japan, Germany, Australia, New Zealand, Saudi Arabia. Started off, it was about 3,000 lowriders in Compton, LA, and Watts. Quickly grew to now there's over 10 million lowriders worldwide. Lowriding is a multi-billion-dollar industry. The classic cars is a multi-trillion-dollar industry. So that's the part I'm here to talk about. Plus some. So that's my background. This is me in front of one of my shops. I was the first brother to turn around and franchise out an auto shop. I had 4 shops in my name. I directly helped about 100 people start shops and indirectly helped about 1,000 people start shops. I was the first person to ever fix a wire wheel. These wheels, they call Dayton wire wheels, they were $4,500 brand new when they first came out. Brothers would get these wheels on their car and they'd put them on Saturday. That Monday they'd hit them on the curb and be right back buying one brand new wheel. So I was the one who for $1,000. I was the brother that came in and said, you know what, I got like 10 guys a week asking me about a replacement wheel. I said, it's too much money walking out the door. I'm making that $1,000, but I'm probably only making $100 off of a wheel. I decided, let me try to fix the wheel. Strongly told not to. Somebody gonna die, but I figured it out. Next thing you know, I tapped into a multi-billion-dollar industry because this company was worth $800 million a year in selling these wheels, which people don't even know about. because they don't look into the gangster lifestyle, they call it, of classic cars. So it turns out the replacement cost to fix it, to replace, where people, a quarter of their business was people buying one wheel. I took that whole market. This is me when I had two shops at the time, Gardena and Palmdale. My biggest money maker was rim repairs. Then I started doing date bumper kits, things like that. Then my buddy was the first person that ever went out on the Crenshaw and started videotaping lowriders. Turned around, started Young Hog Videos. I put him in there. All of a sudden, he started doing 1 million videos a year. He had about 28 videos before he stopped. Killing the game. Through this guy, I realized, I said, why is our rappers paying all this money to these Jews? We did our own distribution. We did everything ourselves. I couldn't even understand it. He traveled the world. This dude is famous. I want to kind of go in on this lightweight because we got a lot of brothers out here tomorrow. We got to recreate a new Black Wall Street. Y'all hear about that?
Yeah, again and again.
Okay, let's talk about that. They had 600 businesses. I think we got 600 barbershops in Leimert Park. What do you think? You know what I'm saying? That's just barbershop. Barbershops, beauty shops, and all the rest of that. We probably got 1,000 businesses in one area in LA. That's just LA. That ain't got nothing to do with the rest of the country. 21 churches, we ain't even got to go there, do we? No. I ain't even gonna talk about it. I know it's over probably 1,000 though. We got more than 21 restaurants. Grocery store does not mean boys market, Vines and all that stuff. Grocery store could be this room right here with different items. Start with one item and turn around a year later, now you got 30, 40, 100 items. One of my partners, Robert Petgrave, he personally has about 20 private airplanes and helicopters. In fact, you probably just seen Isaiah Cooper just broke the world record for being the first African American at 16 years old to fly around America. That brother right there is one of our people that's doing it. But anyway, Black Wall Street is currently going on in our country right now. The top America's most affluent black neighborhood is in Los Angeles, California. It's called
Ladera.
View Park.
Or View Park.
View Park is where the wealthiest black African Americans live. Ladera Heights is number 2. Prince George's County is number 3. These areas have black businesses surrounding them. So instead of us trying to create new Black Wall Streets, we need to support the ones that are already there. So that's me trying to touch on that because I see people all the time trying to go out and start stuff. And I said, can we just come home and put our money back into the communities? But anyway, this seems to bother a whole lot of people, right?
Make America great again.
What does that mean to y'all? Make America great. We know who said it. So what does that mean to y'all? Watch your
It
hands.
means put white males back in control of everything.
Okay.
So they didn't say anything, do anything with no response.
That's right.
No responsibility.
No responsibility.
To me, it means make America produce more than it consumes.
Okay. What do you mean by produce?
Well, America has become an import consumer-based society, 80% services sector. It
Okay.
used to be an industrial sector, now it's a services sector. That means you're consumers and not producers.
Okay. My background, you're absolutely right. My background is business, real business. Not me, no offense to anybody, not no sitting in the park selling shea butter business. No instance. I'm talking about business where we making real money to the point they thought I was white on. Fast forward the story. I look at everything from a business perspective, no matter what it is. I just look at it, I want to follow the money. Who's making money off of this situation? Brother got shot in the park. Who's going to make money from that? Brother's getting locked up. Who's making money from that? I got to look at everything from a monetary perspective. So check this out. Let's talk about that. Toyota's closing in Torrance. Toyota Motor Corporation, thousands of jobs. It was like a college campus. So many people. Toyota Motor Company is the biggest auto industry on the planet. They closing down their Taurus facility. Toyota's closing down their Erlanger, Kentucky. Is that Kentucky, right?
Erlanger.
They closing down that facility, and they closing down their New York campus, moving all 3 of them. They close them down, laying off thousands of employees. We'll never get an accurate number, and moving to Plano, Texas, in a smaller facility. Why is the biggest industry automaker on the planet cutting back? Okay, let's keep it rolling. Nissan closed in Torrance. Remember, all 3 of these people were in Torrance, California. Nissan, I think, was the second biggest automaker on the planet. Honda's the third biggest. All these guys that had their main corporate offices, campuses, look like college campuses in Torrance, California. All of them leave in Torrance, California. Why? What could Donald Trump be talking about? He's talking about the big three. He wants to bring this back to life. It's easy. He passed a couple of laws. Toyota, Nissan, and Honda can't even sell cars over here no more. It's that simple. So what happens? These guys blow back up again and take over the planet. Do you know we bombed Japan because Japan started making cars back in the days? Is that right?
One of the primary reasons, it was about oil competition too.
Okay, they said when they started making them cars, they did not like that. But all of a sudden, years later, when the presidents opened the door up for them to come over here and sell cars, now they can't do it no more. That's why they're scaling back, because they were scared that Donald Trump's gonna get in office. Torrance just opened up a golf course. I think it was 450 million in Palos Verdes Terranea just opened up. That's for the ultra elite, wealthiest people on the planet. Got places at Terranea. Go to Terranea and go golfing. Donald Trump just opened up one next door to Terranea in Palos Verdes. Both of them ocean view. Why is all of a sudden some of the wealthiest cats in the world putting all this money into Palos Verdes right here, which is dominated by the Asians? The Asians own Toyota has put like all three of those Asian motor companies are all in the Palos Verdes, Redondo Beach, Rolling Hills, Hermosa Beach, Torrance, and San Pedro area. You might as well just call that little Asian. They got mansions in the hills. Well, guess what? What happens when you take the jobs out of the community?
Community debt.
They leave it. All the Asians is leaving with the jobs. In 2016, what was the most beautiful city in America? What city was that? Anybody know?
Not everybody would.
Nope. Palos Verdes, California.
PV.
How about that? We got a lot of construction going on in Palos Verdes. That was the most beautiful city. Let me go back. So I say all that to say is, big things is happening, and Donald Trump got his hand all in it. He's buying up a lot of real estate in the most beautiful cities in the world, and you have the automakers are leaving. So to me, what does that mean? Donald Trump is saying our greatest time was when we were selling all those cars, the big three. How about that? So why else do you think everybody's cutting back? They about to start passing laws to keep them people from coming over here selling all these cars. What is the most stolen thing on the planet? Y'all know?
I would say land or labor.
Idea.
Ideas.
Oh, okay.
Idea is the most stolen thing on the planet. It has replaced gold, oil, and everything else. So we are trying to talk about we need to get oil, we need to get some gold and all that. We can never have a country unless we got oil. That's the furthest thing from the truth. They tell us all the time, most of these oil countries, this small country in Papua New Guinea's doing $6 billion a year in oil sales. That country's doing $8 billion and stuff like that. But yet, you got apps selling for $6 billion. Candy Crush sold for $5.9 billion. What is that? That was somebody's idea. That's all it was. That is the number one thing, stolen thing on the planet, and that is the number one thing that we should be working on right now is ideas and intellectual property. We can sit down in this room right now and come up with about 30 apps, 30 ideas. That's simple. You can't get oil out the ground without an idea. You can't get gold out the ground without an idea on how we're gonna create something that's gonna make it easy to get this oil out the ground. So this is things that we gotta start processing and dealing with. So what's the plan? Gentrification. People who, y'all know what gentrification is?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You ain't gotta break it down, nobody? Okay. People without money call it gentrification. People with money call it what? Redevelopment. That's a key word. He likes redevelopment, he don't like gentrification.
Yeah.
So I tell it like that. You ain't got no money, you being gentrified. You got some money and you excited about land development, about our developer president. We want to redevelop the neighborhood and help everybody out. Business is the number one thing that we should be focusing on right now. Why? Because it's producing nothing but money in this era. What's happening around us? I'm gonna talk about California right now. Google, Yahoo, Belkin, fast forward the story, that becomes the new Silicon Valley in California. Playa Vista in Santa Monica. We got all the major technology companies moving there. Tesla, SpaceX, and their vendors are moving to Hawthorne, California, and Solar City. But yet, we still talking about the Rams. So a lot of times when big money's coming, like that stadium is coming, it's probably something else going on around it. Because they got us focusing on the Rams coming with this big stadium, right? But yet, SpaceX opened up over here in Hawthorne, and they fully functional, and you never even knew they were there. The Rams is generating, what, $6 billion probably a year? SpaceX, they flying drones on Mars. Them dudes doing $6 billion per contract, and they probably do 3-4 contracts a day. Elon Musk is one of the world's richest men, and he's in Hawthorne, and nobody's talking about it. Why are they not talking about it? Anybody know why? Right. The Rams is nothing but a smoke screen. Just like this probably is, this big stadium that's being built out here. Everybody's getting excited, running over there buying the land, when the reality, we supposed to be looking over here. Because if it's going to make us some money, they are not going to talk about it. When Donald Trump put that golf course in Palos Verdes, they weren't talking about that on the news. When Terranea, that was supposed to be the world's most expensive golf course. Y'all Google all this stuff. And they never even talked about it. Terranea is one of the most world's expensive resorts. They never even talked about it. We call it what? Concentration camps. So because we want jobs and we want to rent homes, they making it where we can't rent homes and get jobs. So guess what? We got to create that all ourselves. So we may not be able to buy houses and buildings in certain areas, but we can definitely afford to do what? Anybody know?
Develop.
Building, developing. You can't afford to pay $1 million for that house, but guess what? That house probably cost you $250,000 to build. Y'all know that?
Yes, sir.
It's how to build a house could be up to almost a quarter of the cost, and to build 4 houses could be even less. That's why you'll see multiple houses going up at one time. That's what I started doing. I'm building a house. Think about it. If you come in there and you're paying cash for something, and I say, hey, how much for this refrigerator? Oh, this Sub-Zero is $5,000. What if I bought 4 of them? You think they still $4,000, $5,000? No. What if I bought 10 of them? They're gonna keep dropping. What if we all start buying them and we bought 50 and 60 of them? Now you do that through the whole housing process. What if I bought this one guy got 30 pieces of land? I buy one, he's want 10,000. What if I bought all 50 of them? He gonna drop the prices. It's simple, you guys. We make it very, very difficult. Anyway, I teach this class called The Eye of the Investor because we gotta learn how to, when I roll through the city here, I'm like, ooh, new construction. White people, 1 minute we talking about the hood, 2 seconds later, I'm like, why is white folks, oh, you got white folks sitting on the sidewalk. Slow down, let me get that number on the building. Because I got that eye, that means things is happening. They about to redevelop this area. I wanna know, what does this cost now? How much does it cost up the block? So we gotta start learning this type of stuff. Cars and car accessories, you guys. The car industry is so huge. When I started in the low-riding industry, I turned around, I'm spending $20,000 a month on tow trucks coming out here, buying old raggedy 64 Chevys sitting in the middle of the field. Got 20 of them sitting in the barn, we call them barn finds. So I'm paying white people all this money to go get my cars, but guess what? How much a tow truck cost me? $1,200 a month. I gave my partner $1,000. Next thing you know, I ended up with 4 of them. I turned around, I'm spending $12,000. So I was paying $12,000 to the tow truck companies to move cars around, and I'm paying $20,000 a month to people to come out here to y'all neighborhood, in y'all backyard, and pull them old Chevy Impalas out of y'all backyard and ship them back to California so that I can restore them and charge these Japs $100,000 per car. But yet they looking at us like, y'all gang members and drive-by shooters. And yet we over here putting cars in movies and selling them to foreigners and doing TV shows. So we got to start thinking about, oh yeah, you got your paper on the wall with your degree, but yeah, you ain't got no money. But yet I don't have no degree, and I'm over here selling cars and finding raggedy cars in the alley, and I'm making 6 and 7 figures a year. So we got to start going, where is the money at? And looking at it like that. The auto industry is a monster, and they are not going to talk about it. Ideas is the number one thing that we got to start focusing on, because I see stupid ideas going for billions of dollars. Stupid stuff. Guy said, I'm going to make glow checkers. I'm like, that's stupid, but yet he making $20,000 a month on something stupid. Other guys coming up, I mean, it's just unheard of, the ideas that people are coming up with and the amount of money. Whenever you see something your children are playing for, or your wife is into, or you like, Google it and see what that company is worth. And more better yet, look how much it costs to start that company. And I think you guys will be blown away seeing the fact that Steve Jobs started Apple Computers for $1,250. How about that? Y'all know that? Well, yeah, we spending $160,000 to $300,000 to go to college to get a job paying $60,000 and $80,000. Something wrong with that, y'all. Carpenters are some of the guys who build auto cars, and carpenters are some of the highest paid guys on the planet. But yet we gravitate to doctors and lawyers. But yet these guys are making 10 times the amount that they're making. They own the buildings that they're in. It's crazy. They own everything. So like I was saying, when I was in the lowrider industry, I started buying. I'm spending everything I spent money on, I bought. I'm paying tow truck money. I went and bought tow trucks. I'm paying car carrier money. I went and bought car carriers. I'm paying to paint cars. I'm paying $30,000 to $40,000 a month painting cars. Y'all know cars cost a lot of money to paint? Guy told me, I want a picture of my family on the trunk. I want my daughter right here, and I want some naked women over there. They'll give me $35,000 for the paint by itself. Why won't Chrome under? Okay, give me $120,000 for everything. Y'all know it's that kind of money in these cars? The biggest problem in that, can we put like this? Them guys is having money, they're not having problems, they ain't trying to move out of California talking about it's too expensive. The biggest problem they having is the industry is growing faster than they can handle it. Meaning I got brothers that's going out of business, disappearing because they didn't bid off more than they could shoot. They like, oh, Bob just ran off with $1 million. This Jap dude came and gave him $1 million for 2 cars and he just disappeared. I hear stuff like that all the time. Why is that? Because you got too many people coming in and say, hey, Sony Pictures said we working on a movie like straight out of Compton. We put over 200 lowriders in that. Did y'all see that? We put a bunch of lowriders in that. Let me move on and get to it. Y'all see this right here? What is this? Land. Y'all see that? Y'all got any of this around here?
Yeah, that's a vacant lot with the identification tag on it. Let you know that you can build on it.
You know a lot about that.
The line's already in the lot already.
Well, that's my land class right there. We go into it. But this is land that's in a good area because there's a $1 million house next door. It got utilities on it. But I'm just showing this picture because it's land. Y'all got a lot of land. This is what you're supposed to be looking for. Y'all know what this is? Y'all know where they sell this stuff at?
Home Depot.
Home Depot.
So y'all got those out here too. Y'all got land and Home Depot, right? Okay. Y'all seen this before?
That's every day.
See what I'm saying? This is every day. This was 2 raggedy houses side by side sitting in the hood. Brother came in there, bought them 2 raggedy houses, tore them down. Now they changed the zoning. You can put 3 3-story houses, so you got 6 houses total, 3 3-story houses on each lot. Houses that they bought was $400,000, but guess how much these cost each? $1.2 million in the hood. Watch your back, be careful, you might get robbed. In the hood, but in 2 more years, them same brothers that might rob you might be going to jail because black people walking down the street. That's the finished product right there. Smart car parking only. Do you sell this house? You see this house here?
Yeah.
That's another one of the houses that they didn't buy, but he got these 2. So what happens when they start doing stuff next to this your house right here? What do?
You tear it down and you build the same thing they built.
Okay, so he say sell it.
That's what they do.
You tear it down and put up one of these.
Yeah.
They changed the zoning. They want to put, the city makes more money off of these. Put like this. This guy been there for 20, 30 years probably. His taxes a year is probably $800 a year. But this guy at 1.2 million, how much is his taxes?
You probably paying about
6,000 or something.
about 10, 12,000.
Right. So Who do you think the city want there more? That's right. They want this dude over there. Why would you buy that?
Yeah, I'll buy that.
I'll buy that.
Okay. That's a great deal right there. When I see stuff like that, I get excited. And then most importantly, we got to get out of the mind frame of, oh, I'm gonna buy that house because it has I'm looking for something with granite. I don't want nothing that's been remodeled and hooked up. I want something about to fall down. You know what I'm saying? Give me something with the roaches and the termites. I want that one because I only want to give you $80,000 in this $500,000 neighborhood because I'm gonna tear it down and do that. So that's what we got to start looking for. So fast forward the story, wrap this up. We got to start learning life skills, you guys. I'm working on a DVD called, guess what? My gardener makes more money than you. How about that? Why does landscape, you know why landscapers making so much money? These guys got 50 and 60 houses that they working on, cutting their grass or whatever. They turn around, these are the first people when I decide I want to put concrete in my backyard, I'm gonna ask my gardener. When you decide that you want to add on to your house, who you gonna ask? The gardener. He know everybody. His cousin gonna add on to your house. His other brother gonna put some concrete. His other brother gonna put the wrought iron around your property. This guy is making a killing and we laughing at him, feeling sorry for him. Masonry is making a killing. These are guys that are stacking bricks and laying concrete. Y'all see concrete at Home Depot? Bag of concrete, what, $3? Come on, y'all, they just pour some concrete. It's like making cake. They pour some concrete in the hole, mix it up, walk away, it's dry, smooth it out, boom, give me $8,000 for a little driveway. I'm in Palmdale, they charging, I had 1.8 acres, 2.3 acres, they charging $100,000 to put up a brick wall around the 2.3 acres. But guess how much the supplies cost, y'all? $30,000. Making $70,000 in profit for stacking bricks. But is it honorable for if y'all say, oh, my son's a doctor, my son's a lawyer, and they be like, oh, my son's a mason. But who make more money? The mason is making money. This is why they start pulling all this stuff out of the school system. Welding. Do you know the welders are quitting at the shipyards and coming to the lowrider industry and wrapping frames? Do y'all know that? Do y'all know they just turned around and ran something on TV? Obama said they got 5.6 million jobs that Americans can't do, and welding was one of them. Did y'all hear that? They finna give them to Syria and let Syria do it. Why do they not want us welding? Let me move on real quick. Air conditioning and heating. Big money makers. Plumbers makes a killing. People, if you know how to hang a ceiling fan, fix a pipe, put a leg on the table, or do anything, all you gotta do is start a webinar and start teaching people and you will make money. People are pulling their children out of school in mass numbers. These are things that's making money and we don't even know it. People ain't talking about this stuff. Concrete talked about that. Construction supply companies, they doing gentrification, driving 10 miles away to the next city to buy stuff. Why don't we start a little construction supply company? You can start with a room this small. Start off with 4 things, got 6 bags of concrete, some shingles to a roof, and then next year you come back, we got 100 bags of concrete, we bought the building next door. Start small, we gotta start fitting into this community. They build a stadium around the corner, they gentrifying this area, open up a construction supply company, and before you know it, you'll be a multi-billionaire. Because after a while, you stop buying other people's stuff and you start making it yourself. You notice how Walmart only sell their stuff now? This generic brand, got us in here with everybody else's stuff. Now we only buying their stuff now. Electricians making a killing. You guys, we would know this if we was building our own houses. I'm putting up little bitty small houses, 1,400 square feet, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. Electrician charging me $7,000. He only there for 2 days. And his supply cost him $800. Laborers killing. Plumbers, same exact story. Every last one of these guys. So guess what? Now I'm building 4 and 5 houses. It's the same thing. Civil engineers. You may not get a job as a civil engineer, but you will become wealthy if you start a business. But anyway, you guys, let's roll into this real quick. What do y'all think about this? That's stupid for him to put all that money in this, right? Well, guess how much you charge this guy to put these wheels on that car?
100,000.
Nah, not that much. I was one of the brothers who first did that. When this stuff first, when these big wheels first came out, the car dealers was like, we can't put them wheels on that car. So they ended up coming to us, to the lowrider shops, because we was over there stripping cars down, taking them apart, putting brakes on, stripping suspension. So we cut these fenders down on these cars like that like by a lot. It cost this dude $7,000 just to put the wheels on. Why? Charge him $7,000 to put the wheels on, then tell him, oh, you gotta have it painted after that. Because I'm gonna cut your car in pieces. I'm gonna get the wheels on, but I'm gonna cut all that stuff off. You gotta get it painted. This dude spent $25,000 to put those wheels on his car because he had to repaint it. But trip this out. When I start putting wheels on the cars like that, you know what I forgot? Where I messed up at? I'm thinking I'm making a mountain of money. You know what my biggest mistake was? I'm refabricating all of this stuff on this car. New suspensions, new disc brakes on the front, shorter bumpers. I forgot the word, I never knew what the word patent, trademark, copyright meant. If I would have patented all that stuff that I use, I would make money. I would be a multi-billionaire because it's over thousands of Camaros running around the world with big wheels on it. Not just Camaros, but all cars. The auto industry, this guy who came, you got little kids that's dreaming about their cars, and their fathers is taking their pictures of these wheels that they drew into rim shops and saying, can you make me these? Y'all seen when Tupac got killed, when Suge Knight had that BMW?
Yeah.
Suge Knight took that car to this place called All-Star Rim Company, and he told them, I want to design some wheels that only my car got on it. He turned around and had them do that, so that night when they got shot up and the world saw them wheels, what do you think happened? The bootleggers went out and copied the hell out of that wheel. That was one of the world's most sold wheels on the planet. What does it cost to make a wheel? To manufacture your own wheel, costs about $100 a piece. What do they sell for? Thousands of dollars a piece. A set of these wheels is like $5,000 to $6,000 for a set with tires. But it's costing $500 to make them. And you're selling millions of them around the world. A guy that I helped start a business, one of his employees started Dub Wheel Company, Dub Magazine. Look him up. He's a billionaire, but he's not talking about it. We start putting Corvette engines in old cars, and next thing you know, we started making a whole bunch of money because nobody knew you could do that. So my point is, fabrication and custom stuff is making money, you guys. People are coming up. This guy who came up with this little bow tie, well, I want to put the Chevy bow tie on my car, and I want my name on my car club. Dude making 6 figures a year selling these little blocks. Just these little blocks. This dude said, oh man, I want to put a cover right here, and I'm going to put some designs on it because nobody else got that. He going out, we have things custom made, and they're not patenting and trademarking anything, and now they're going global around the world, people buying them. Patents, you guys, we got to start manufacturing and start patenting stuff. It's our own people spending the money on these cars. We the ones putting the stuff in the videos. The auto industry, we need more painters, you guys. It is so common for somebody to say, my car been in the paint shop for 4 years. Why does your car be in the paint shop for 4 years doing something that takes 3 weeks? It's too much work out here. Fabricators, guys who putting these wheels on, things like that, making this custom fender, which you got to patent and start manufacturing it yourself, is making money. We need more fabricators. None of these guys even go to school for none of this stuff. This is stuff by trial and error. You come over here, I'm going to show you how to do it right now. And then you get good after about a good 3 weeks of messing around with it. You work on 2 or 3 cars, next thing you know, you're the most known guy in the industry. Mechanics, do we guys got the mechanics in here? Any of our children in school to be mechanics, auto body painters, anything? These are some of the wealthiest people in the game. When I want to raise millions of dollars to build some houses, I go to these guys. I don't go to my doctor and lawyer friends. I go to these guys because they got cash. Doctor told me, I'm going to get you a line of credit. I go to this guy, Mr. Painter, he like, come back in a couple hours, I'm going to have about $100,000 for you. Ideas in this industry is huge. Y'all see anything like that? All the time, I bet. Well, call me up when y'all see him. Got this car sitting out here in Kentucky somewhere. Send my boy to get it.
Whoa, that's the same car.
$190,000. He said, I want gold under the bottom. I want a gold transmission. I want gold everything. Dude, give me $100,000 for that. No, man, I want digital. I want a 2015 Corvette engine from the dealer. Give me 190,000. Okay. You know how much profit was on that? That was like 85% profit, you guys. And then imagine having a warehouse with about 30 of them in there. And then imagine having 50 other shops around the city with about 30 and 40 and 60 of these cars in each shop. This is what's going on every day. This is why my partners is coming up missing. Dude in there working on 20 cars and he already got $1 million deposit money. Then all of a sudden the movie company come to him and say, hey man, I want you to build me 10 of these cars. You know what he do to the stuff that's sitting in there? He push them out the way and take that money from the movie guy. This is normal, you guys. So when we found out about gold back in the days, everybody started, the 49ers, they packed their bags and moved across the country to go get that gold, right? This is the new gold. Cars and construction is the gold, y'all. Welders is gold. You know how, welders and auto body are the most powerful people on the planet. You will make $1 million a year if you know how to weld. If you know how to weld, you can turn around and become a fabricator and start manufacturing your own stuff. That's what I did. Do you know that everything got metal in it? So what I'm saying that to say is, you want to learn what to put our children in or what can we do to make money? Take a quick course on YouTube and learn how to weld and go buy you a $500 welder and start welding on lowriders, tow trucks, or anything on housing or something like that, and start your own business. I guarantee you, if you had a little welding shop, you will be a multi-millionaire without even knowing, welding things that you had no idea about. Auto body, huge. Them is the most wealthiest people in the game. I hate painters. That's why I started my own paint company. Tow truck companies. Lowrider guys from the hood got more tow truck companies. If you start paying attention, you're gonna see a lot of brothers driving tow trucks and auto transporters across the country. Why? Because they from the lowrider industry. Now they done rolled over into the mainstream media. I got brothers that got 10 trucks, 20 trucks. How much is that one now? How much that new one you just got? Oh, them 300,000-400,000 each. Well, how many you got? Oh, I got about 5 of them. Oh, okay. This is a normal conversation. Car hauls. Car and part locators. People riding around. I got people riding around finding cars like these. TJ, man, I told a lady I cleaned up her backyard and she let me have that car right there. Lady said, cool, go ahead. He come down to LA and sell it to me for $15,000, just like that. How about that? Just that simple. Electricians making a killing. Do you know why they didn't want General Motors and the big three out here, you guys? What happened when you got a bunch of brothers? One of them's a fabricator. We all working at General Motors. This brother's a fabricator, this brother's a welder, this brother's an electrician, that brother's a frame bender or something, and this brother's build engines. What happened when you turn around and lay all them brothers off? That's dangerous. Now we ain't got to go to Africa to buy a black-owned car, right, Brother Keidi? We gonna all get together and start manufacturing our own cars. They realized that they said, we got to get this out of the schools. We don't want to teach black people how to build cars because they're telling us what to do. They're the ones that's coming up with all the ideas. So this is why they pulled all that stuff out of the school system. So when I look at the lowriding industry, I manufacture rain gutters for this back trunk right here. I manufacture about 5 parts for this car. Between me and my partners, we manufacture over 100 different parts for these cars. Could you think it? Yes, sir, go ahead.
Sorry. On the point that you were saying about taking it out in schools, I went to a trade school back about 7 years ago, and they had like about 10 different trades that was given for free. By the time I left that school, I came back 3 years later, they only had 3 trades that was given at the moment. So that is very much true about the fact that taking the trade out of school, they don't want you to learn this. That's what I noticed on my own observation.
Right. So I've been back in the school district fighting with the schools, saying, dude, look, I made millions of dollars building cars. And I'm a business owner. I don't have no college education. I'm a fabricator, I'm a manufacturer, I'm a welder, I'm an electrician. They looking at me like crazy, but they didn't believe it. So I had to go get all these magazines and pictures and bring them all this video footage. They like, whoa. So business ownership does work out. I'm like, school is a business. Fast forward the story, you will become put it like this. When I learned hydraulics, do you know, when I learned hydraulics, auto mechanicing, electricity, I became one of the most dangerous people on the planet. You know why? What else has hydraulics on anybody?
Jet fighters.
Lowriders, jet fighters, mega yachts, high-rise buildings. I can go in there and look at a tank, look at it and be like, oh man, not only can I fix it, I can improve it. I can tell them they made this to break. They should have never put no 316 metal on here in the front of this. That's too thin to be taking that kind of pressure. They looking at me like, what engineering school did you go to? How did you learn this? I did? What are you talking? No, for real, what school did you go to? Dude, I know metal. I've been around it. You know what I'm saying? I took the back door. I believe in, I know I can't get through the front door all the time, so I take the back door. Fast forward the story, you guys. We learn how to do these things. We become some of the most powerful people on the planet. And with this brother help now, he tells, oh, we need to start manufacturing cars. Guess what? We know how to weld. We know how to do motor work. We're electricians. We can make a car. There's no problem. Videographers. Videotaping our own stories, telling our stuff. My buddies who started videotaping lowriders, these guys is worldwide celebrities traveling around the planet, taking videos of lowriders. It's crazy. What happens when a major corporation leaves an area?
Opportunities open up in other areas.
When a major corporation leaves the area, you guys, the prices are going to drop in real estate. What happened when the property been on the market for 6 months or better?
It's unfeasible. It's like something that's hard to get.
Nobody wants it.
And you scoop it up.
They want $1 million for it and they've been on the market for 6 months. Do you give them $1 million?
Right.
Okay, we negotiated. It's been on the market for 6 months. The next thing we need to do is ask them, how long has it been on the market? They ain't gonna want to answer 6 months. Next question I want to know is, how much you paid for it? Is it paid off? If it's paid off and you want $1 million, I give you $200,000 for it right now. What are you gonna say no? Or I'm gonna come back next year and give you $50,000 for it? Sell or lease. What happens when a major corporation comes to the neighborhood?
Property values.
Property values go up. Do you sell your property? Usually, that's the most common thing we do is we sell it, get our little 1.4 million, but what do we do with it? Where do we go? We got to learn how to do what to do with these questions, you guys. These are things that we don't necessarily know the answers to. We got to turn around and stay and build our own houses. We got to build our own strip malls instead of letting them do it. Forget that little $1 million. That don't go that far, you guys. What happens when the agents start door knocking on your house all the time? When you got 1 million people showing up, they catching you at your car, hey, I'm a real estate agent, I was interested, I got a buyer for your house. You want to sell? No. They only start doing that when people in the community want to buy your neighborhood up. So when real estate agents come, start researching yourself. Don't just jump up and sell. What happens when the interest rates go up? Okay, let me break this down for you guys. I see people literally praying and hoping that the interest rates stay low. What y'all think about that?
Well, there's stagnant activity. It's a stagnant economy.
When the interest rates go up, that means they can't afford to maintain or even keep that property anymore, so they would be willing to sell.
Let me start it from the beginning. Back in the days when George Bush came into the game, he said, I want every American to be a homeowner. What did he do?
You know the interest rate?
He dropped the interest rates. Interest rates used to be 9%, 10%. In houses, it was how much then? 12,000, 50,000, 100,000. So what happened when the interest rates went down? The price of real estate went through the roof. So don't we want the real estate, the interest rates to go up? So when y'all out there talking, check people and let them know, I'm praying the interest rates stay low so I can buy me a house. No, you don't. You want the interest rates to go up to be, I'd rather have a 10% interest rate on a $100,000 house than a 2% interest rate on a $1 million house. And that's the same house. That's how the game works. Bush said, I'm gonna just drop the interest rate and everybody's gonna buy a house. But when he did that, the prices skyrocketed and so did homelessness. And so did rent. Interest rates, y'all get it. Manufacture your own product. So I'm gonna open it up and y'all talk. I'm gonna tell you about me real quick. I teach webinars, I teach classes, I coach people in business. If y'all got any questions about this, get with me and let's make this happen because it's too much money out here for us to be passing by. So the reason why I'm here today is because in 2002 and 06, In Palmdale, California, I saw a lot of brothers become very wealthy in a short period of time in real estate. Land quadrupled and went through the roof because we had a spike in real estate back then. Now, all of a sudden, here we go in 2016, it's about to happen again, you guys. So I want to make sure we in position to benefit from it. And we not out here trying to buy this expensive stuff because it got granted in it. We want the stuff that's cheap that we can tear down. So I gave you guys a minor little quick lesson in it. So any questions?
All right.
So my brother Keidi wanted to say a word or two. Other than that, I got DVDs, you guys. Let me quickly tell you. I got a land development DVD, a business DVD, a manufacturing DVD, a DVD on locations. I got a DVD called $2 Junkyard, meaning it's a lot of brothers going to the junkyard, creating wealth, we don't even know it. A lot of businesses come from the junkyards. A manufacturing webinar, and some of my lectures in international business.
All right.
Turn to your brother Keidi.
I really want to build on top of what Brother TJ is saying. And I want us to understand this. Now, how many of us in this room are Pan-African? Raise your hand, raise your fist. Pan-African, raise your fist. We have to assume a global position. A lot of people have been freaked out about the Democrats versus the Republicans. And somebody upstairs, one of our New York City brothers, you left your glasses up there. So whoever's in the crew, make sure, this is you? Okay, we got you, we got you covered. No, because I just realized I was wearing somebody else's glasses. We are going to take a global position. You know who wasn't freaked out about the Democrats and Republicans were the multinational corporations. Because they know they can shift and move assets around the planet, exploit labor, exploit tax advantages. With Donald Trump now, there's going to be a whole new round of tariffs and things. So some of them are going to say, well, America's our best consumer market, we got to come back here. But some of the others are going to say the fastest growing consumer markets are in East Asia, South Asia, and the fastest growing consumer market on earth is Africa, Sub-Saharan Africa. I am very much an advocate for Pan-African real development. That's what I have 4 books out now on Pan-African economics, and my tour de force, the biggest, best book I've ever written on Pan-African economics, comes out in less than 1 month. And I'm saying this is for real. One of the deals we're putting together, that our new corporations put together, is organic farmland in Uganda. A block of 2,000 acres in Uganda, near the headwaters of the Nile Valley, in the proximity of the Valley of the Mountain of the Moons, where the great god Hapi doth dwell. Do you know that story? Do you know that land is about to become some of the most valuable real estate on earth again? Because they're opening up a 600 megawatt dam there. And this 2,000 acres of certifiable organic land. Uganda and Tanzania have more certified organic farms and farmers than America and Canada does. And Europeans don't want American food anymore. Where are they going to replace it from? From the 660 billion brand new dollars in African agribusiness between today and the year 2030. You have 15 years to get your place. 660 billion brand new dollars is coming. How much of that are you going to get? But don't go to Africa until you've tested what you can do in America. That's what the brother is showing you. A lot of people want to go to Africa and build wealth and all this, and I say, but I'm going to see what are you doing here, to see if you've tested your capacity to manage complex systems that the brother's speaking about. I know exactly where he's coming from. And for those who do go to Africa, I stay in contact with them. Nearly all of them keep a cash flow coming from America. Am I telling the truth?
Right.
So what brother is saying is so absolutely, profoundly true. Yes, we're Pan-Africans. Yes, we understand we got issues with America that's new, it's not new, but while we are here, this is the biggest, fastest, raging river of cash flow in the world.
Right now.
And from here, Africans in America are about to, November's already begun. Last year, despite all of that justice or else and the 20th anniversary of Million More Movement, Hands Up, Don't Shoot, all of that, we are so angry we're going to boycott your Christmas. Despite that huge call called Justice for Else, we still, as Afro-Americans in this country, spent the largest amount on excess spending during November and December than we ever did, $49.7 billion. China spent a little bit more than that in Africa, and they got a 5-to-1 return on investment. For the videotape, because we're about that time, you want to just tell them on the tape how they can maintain contact?
Okay, sorry, yeah. I'm on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook mainly, Thomas TJ Loftin. I do webinars, I do coaching. I mean, people just call me up and then I work with them on stuff. You know what I'm saying? I finance you guys, or I make payment plans for you. There's no reason for us to not be successful, you guys.